Hi, I'm Tim from lapsoshutter.com, and in this video we're going to cover what to do if your Sony TV has vertical lines on screen and these 7 fixes for it. So we'll start by power cycling your TV. So this is often the best way to fix display problems, and it's quick and painless and won't cause you to lose any saved settings. So make sure your TV is switched off and unplug it. Then hold down the physical power button for at least 15 seconds. Wait for at least 2 minutes for any residual power to drain from your TV. Then plug your TV back in and try switching it on again. Although this seems a very basic step, don't overlook it because in the vast majority of cases, a simple soft reset fixes most issues. Because flat screen TVs rely on a constant power supply, if there are any fluctuations in voltage, then that can cause vertical lines on the screen. So just to make sure that your TV is getting a proper voltage, remove any smart plugs or surge protectors between your TV and the wall socket. And you can also just try plugging your TV into a different wall socket to make sure your household power is working normally. Then try taking out all of your HDMI and signal cables. So there's a strong possibility that a poorly seated cable is creating signal noise, which is displaying as vertical lines. So just take out all your cables other than the power cable. Turn your TV on and bring up the on-screen menu. If the vertical lines are gone, then you know that there must be an issue with one of your external connections. So just try reseating your HDMI and other cables one by one until you find the damaged cable that needs replacing. You can also update your Sony TV's firmware. So on most Sony TVs, press Settings on the remote, then go to Custom Support, Product Support or Setup, and select one of the automatic update options. Otherwise, just select Software Update and go to Network and then press OK. For Sony Android TVs, you press Home on the remote, then go to Help, Status and Diagnostics, System Software Update, and make sure Automatically Check for Updates is on. For Sony Google TVs, Android TVs, press Settings, then System, About, System Software Update, and again make sure Automatically Check for Updates is on. The Android TVs will automatically update firmware if connected to the internet. If not, then you may need to update manually via USB, and there are steps on how to do that in the linked article below. If you've still got vertical lines on your Sony TV, then have a look at the timing control or T-Con board, which is within your TV. This is a small board that drives the panel and sends the picture to the panel and to display on TV, which is also connected to the power board and main board within your TV. A common cause of vertical lines is a failed connection somewhere on one of the LVDS cables. So you can get dirt and grime gets into these cables over time and causes one of the pins to not connect properly. So snap up the lock on these cables, then carefully remove them and clean them with compressed air if you've got it, before firmly reseating them. If you've still got vertical lines, then it could be that there's a fault somewhere on the T-Con board. You can replace these for about $30 or so from eBay. But first, have a look into seeing if you can, using non-conductive tape, to block the individual contacts on the T-Con cable. Because the T-Con boards have multiple clocks on them, which are used to fire each row of pixels on your panel from top to bottom in turn, faster than you can see. If one of these clocks fails, then that can cause lines on screen. So it's possible that you can block the faulty clock signal using a piece of non-conductive tape, and then the correctly working clocks will compensate for it. This is a bit of a trial and error approach, so there's another video link below that you could look out for how to do this. But actually the most common reason why you're getting vertical lines on screen, particularly if you're only seeing a single vertical line on your TV or a bunch of individual pixel wide lines, is a failure of the tab bonds which connect the row drivers to the panel. So the T-Con board itself is connected to these little tab connectors which are factory bonded to the panel and which you can't replace yourself. And over time, particularly if you're cleaning your screen with something other than alcohol gel, gravity can cause the cleaning agent to seep down and go between your bezel and panel, and it can then corrode these tab bonds between the panels and the T-Con board. And this corrosion causes a short circuit and causes these vertical lines on screen. So you can tell if this is a problem if you just try lightly banging or pressing the bezel on your TV next to the vertical line. If the vertical line goes away temporarily, then that's a sign that this is definitely a problem with this tab connector. If it doesn't go away, it could still be a problem with the tab bond. It could just be corrosion that's completely destroyed the bond. You'll have to take your TV apart and have a look at it to see if this is the case, but there's another video linked below where you can see how to do this.